Good evening, everyone. This is Tech Sergeant Mackey, and I'm on my night hike, and I'm in this area that I was just showing earlier at nighttime. This is a cave section up here, and I wanted to kind of come in here and look at this and get a better shot of this. I have a group of other people with us. This is Trail Ends. They do have this mark. We are on a place called the Caves. But just so that you can look up and see, it's about 60 feet straight up. I'll try to. This is just literally a cool area. A good place to start my hike here. I mean, we already got here in, hiked out here in the daylight. I had a bunch of graffiti on the wall in here. And this place has a long history. I like the death row. Okay. So, again, there's kind of like a little bit of water, a little stream running down from these gigantic cliffs. And we got some rain moving in a little bit. I have, there's straight ahead of me is Moose. That's one of my teammates. And we're out here, and we're already hearing a bunch of stuff like being stick snapping and like some footsteps and everything. So on our little hike, you know, we've seen a bunch of squirrels out. And I'll show you, this is like this little stream here coming out of the cave. I'll show you what it looks like in the dark. Again, my camera can pick up a little bit more light than what I can actually see. And you can see Moose's light over there. But literally, this is what it looks like. The camera's picking up a lot more light than what I can see out of my eyes. But we're doing, well, like we keep hearing, coming from an area that, like, literally there's no trails over here. We're actually on the trail, which is, for this group, is not normal. This group that I'm with usually don't like being on trails. But we're actually on the trail right now. And again, coming in, I seen the mooses over there messing with some stuff. Seen a lot of squirrels out. This place does get some higher traffic in the daytime, and coming in, seeing a lot of definitely domestic dog prints. But I'd also see some raccoon prints. I have checked the ODNR sites. The black bear are awake, definitely all throughout Northeast Ohio. So you always got to be on the lookout for them. The coy wolves are, that's the ODNR reports. They're coy wolves in this area and regular coyotes. And they're always active. And Moose is heading somewhere into the woods. So, but he knows what he's doing. And I'm gonna check out some more of this trail. The rest of our group here, Trapper, MT, and cameraman Jack, they are in an area a little bit further over this way, out to where we can't see their lights yet. So they went back to their vehicles, which was we're probably a mile into the woods, and it's okay, so, and they went back there to get some camera equipment and some more of their flashlights. As we hiked out here during some of the daytime, grabbed a few pictures and looked around. And then they went back to get their equipment, and we decided to stay out here and get comfortable. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's watching this. I appreciate you guys. I got my new promotion manager, Madeline, Caitlin, Erica, Adeline, and then I have some new followers here. And I gotta try to remember names here now, because right now I'm kind of trying to do 2 or 3 things at once, and remembering things when I'm doing 2 or 3 things at the same time is not good. So this path is, the roots stick out here and you can trip on them real easy. So if I didn't get your names in there, I will get them in later. So this is a pretty neat right here. This path is a pretty good path right here. I'm not off the trail really so much like Moose is, and Moose is over there banging on sticks and everything. Or banging on trees, I guess you'd say. And this is, I'm with the team of cameraman Jack and crew, but I'm doing my own video. I do like hike videos, and I guess you can say exploring, but you know, just for kind of, I guess what you say is the beauty or whatever's out here is what I explore for. These guys do more of an investigation. Which is not, it's not really my thing, but they've brought me to some really cool areas here already, which I've had a good time. So I guess at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. I got some people I can go for some hikes in the woods with. So I always come prepared for my hikes. I always come with multiple self-defense and flashlights. Like, we're out at night, so I got more than one light, and I see the other guys are right over this way. And I'm not sure where Moose is. I do not see him. One of the things I'm doing is I'm testing. This is a brand new flashlight. Okay. And I'm testing how good this flashlight is. And already I think it's pretty cool. So, because I have another flashlight. And here, I'll go lights out and we'll see what happens here. So I can see pretty good. I have a light on the phone. But I have my other. This is the one I had. And the one I have is a 1,000 lume. It's called a Surge. Got it at Tractor Supply for like $55. Okay. This is what it does. Okay. Not too bad. I can see pretty good through there. Okay. So looks like it does pretty good, extends out pretty far. Okay. And then this one that I have here that I just got says 4,200 looms. It's called a PowerTac. Now it seems to spread out a lot wider, but I honestly think my Surge might. Well, I don't know. That seems like it penetrates pretty far. It goes like far and wide. So this one is definitely brighter. Put down in the comments if you think the Surge was brighter, that first one I did, or the PowerTac. I think what I'm seeing, the PowerTac definitely looks like it lights up a bigger area. But the Surge does a pretty good job too. So, okay. Gotta put the one flashlight back in my little holster I have for it. I see the crew is starting to come over. They're starting to come that way, and it looks like they hung up some glow sticks. So if you see some blue lights back there, they put some glow sticks up. Okay, so Moose is off this way somewhere. I kind of lost track of him. He turned his light off.
He doesn't have his walkie on. If he does, he's not on channel 7.
I don't know what he's on. His was making some staticky noises, and that's about it.
Radio check, radio check.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. The keys. We're here by the.
Coming in loud and clear.
Okay, this is the rip. Okay.
Yeah, I got about.
Red button here, or this orange button?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Check it. Yeah.
Radio check. All ready.
Sound loud and clear.
Roger, Dodger.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know how long that'll last. It charged for the whole time we've been down here until we go back up to the car.
Oh, I just got to clip it on.
I'm gonna go back through this barrier.
Okay, Moose, he went over this way somewhere, and I can't.
All right, we put these glow sticks out.
Yeah, I seen that.
See them in the.
Well, we were hearing a bunch of noises over that way, and Moose went off into the woods looking for him.
All right. So that's the meeting spot. If any walkies die.
Yeah. Is the blue?
Yep.
Yeah, there's also a red one that's just
Okay.
pretty close to it. It's down the trail.
Okay.
They seem to like blue glow sticks. Just take them.
They take them?
They do.
So the blue is not the meeting spot?
Yeah, blue is the meeting spot.
Okay.
Unless
'Cause I see a red
the-
one over there.
Unless the meeting spot runs away.
Yeah, unless we see it
I
running.
see it running. Don't run after it. Okay. Well, if you hear me fire 3 shots into the air, that means I'm in distress.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I think Trapper's there too. We might do some calls, but we're gonna have to keep them kind of low here so we don't draw people, especially the rangers and shit here.
oh,
They're kind of.
that's Moose.
Moose, you got a copy? Moose?
He's on the loose.
So, I think I'm gonna kind of follow quietly here, just with the light of my light of the camera. I'm gonna head over with MT and Jack, and that is Trapper, and he's heading over to look for Moose. So I'll kind of tail behind these guys a little bit. And so I can see over here, I've actually moved pretty far away from the cave. So that's Moose and Trapper over here. So there's Moose, and then over this way is Trapper. Now, this is the area these guys said that they got these, call them cicada killers. Murder hornets, basically, that literally love to come towards your light. I said probably not this time of year, but they got swarmed by them before. I heard something over that way. Okay.
Unless something was laying there, that doesn't make any sense. Look at this.
Let's see what we got.
See anything weird here?
Other than the toe prints.
Does that look like toes to you?
Those look like toe
They look
prints.
like weird toes, but they do look like toes. And I was saying, look, if you look here, it almost looks like you could see a heel.
Well, one of the things I've seen with some of the,
It's very small, though.
like the cats, like bobcats, they'll walk with a pad. They'll have almost look like toes, but they will, you won't see any claw prints with those.
Maybe it's 3 and 3.
Mhm.
Maybe this is like 1, 2, 3. Maybe this is 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's 2 feet from something.
Yeah.
So we do got bobcats in this area.
Oh yeah. We saw one here, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Now you reminded me, we saw a bobcat here.
Yeah, went right into the caves.
Yeah. In one of those like crevices by the rocks over.
Oh wow.
over
Okay.
there.
Okay. So there's our.
I mean, it does.
Other
almost
guys
have
back
shape
there.
where it looks like a heel to it, but that could just be the terrain.
I'm going in. All right, good luck, y'all. I'll call you when I'm ready to go over.
Okay.
Are you taking me over there or not yet?
Yeah, not yet.
All right.
So,
I might start it. Let's see. I'll end up probably coming back this way,
Okay.
but I could start it together with all of us.
There's moose.
Fucking love this light.
Yeah, that is a good light. Now, what is this on the back of your head that says 93?
That's my headlamp.
Okay.
That's this thing here.
All right. I like that.
Flood effect, it works best.
I can't see anything through the brush.
You can't see anything, it's best with the light
Well, let's
off.
see how close it is. I'm going live at 8:30.
You'll be
About
able
that
to see
time.
movement in the foreshadowing
Okay.
light. It's there was something that moved from right to left
Okay.
that jumped over or went across a crevice.
Okay.
That's
This right
You recognize that?
right there.
It looks like, now I was talking, I don't know if this is like 3 and then this is 3, or if this is like just 5. But those little toes don't seem to, I don't know what
it
the
looks
toes
like
are.
this part right here. This part right here looks like it overstepped it. See how that track?
Hmm.
Those
Part of a
inlets
front
from
and a
the
back.
shoe? Yeah.
Oh, like it's under the shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a weird fucking print or something to step on.
It looks like toes.
But I see the shoe print now. I didn't see the shoe print before. So maybe that would be weird if the shoes had something to make those indents. Something stepped over it, like you said. But I don't know if that's too small, little paws back next to each other. But that's
I'm thinking right here, this is somebody's heel. Right here. Stepped over top of the toe, big toe.
I like this phone definitely shows a silhouette of the trees that I can't see with my
But it looks
eyes. I can see a little bit of from their light, but I really can't see much. And I know Jack's headed down this way. And honestly, I've never been in this area, so like I have no clue where the trails go. I only know go back for the blue lights over that way. So, like I said, if I'm in distress, a universal sign of distress is three gunshots. You fire three in succession, that means distress. So, I probably with these guys, if fire one, it would scare the hell out of everyone and they'd try to find me. And in case you didn't know that, if you're out in the woods, 3 gunshots fired in succession there. Boom, boom, boom. That is a universal distress. Now, as far as firing them in the air, I'd never fire them in the air. Because I don't know where it's going to go. So, I'd do that if I had a shotgun, but not a handgun. I got handguns with me. So I am carrying a 10 mil with bear loads in it and a 9 mil with bear loads in it. So I have my standard gear on. That kind of scares people when they see me in my standard gear, because I have everything. I have the camo pants, camo uniform, camo hat, there thing on. That has a tendency to freak people out. So I know one of my weaknesses is I don't have a lot of tact. And these guys are still having a discussion over, I would say, looked more like a bobcat print, if it's anything. It's on a trail that definitely had a lot of people traffic. So I can't sit there and say it's anything, but they're having a long discussion. And it sounds kind of boring to me. So I think Jack is up ahead over there where I can see the light. That's Jack. And if they're done discussing the mud prints, might go back over by them because I'm not sure where to go. That is MT with he's got brightest flashlight in the world, and I'm envious. So that stick break was me. But if you do see or hear anything on this video, then check it out. I just seen MT's channel just went live, so if you do want to watch this live, MT Paranormal, you'll see probably some more detail than what I get you, and you see what he has on his channel. I'll try to put something in that in the comments. Again, I'm with cameraman Jack and crew. Okay, we also have MT Paranormal and the Unknown Outdoors, which is Trapper, and then Moose is with us. So this is kind of like my first time out with everybody here. It's my second time out with Trapper and Jack. Again, we're in an area they call it the caves. There is some trails that are it's like some sort of state park or whatever. But the only name I got is the caves. It's literally an area I've never been to. And I did hear, now see, they're bringing, they're gonna discuss the footprint some more. And Tracker is just that. He's a professional. He's a professional tracker and animal trapper. And if there's a print there, if it's an actual animal, this guy's gonna know. He's literally a professional. So I'll move up towards it. I'd like to hear what the professional has to say about it. If you hear any noises, sounds, or whatever, I'll try to reference when I hear something. Drop down in the comments if you've heard it. Again, I'm a hike in the middle of the woods. I'm walking around with just the light on my camera. So he went off that way a little bit. I can still see his light.
Hope you guys are enjoying better weather. I know.
What do you think the track was?
Storms and things. Our weather is actually really nice.
It does, actually.
Okay.
Oh, Shannon? Kathy?
Well, you would have a better idea.
I mean, it's not something that I mean, 5 toes.
Vial kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
Start walking through the forest towards that, and I'll start walking towards you.
All right, copy. You kind of read my mind. I was actually about
I can hear the trees squeaking.
Heard some interesting things too.
It's your knee brace.
Yeah.
Ah, the joys of getting old. I'll be 50 here this summer. But yeah,
guys back there?
I'd have to get up near where you are to see. I'll walk in with you.
They're about 50 yards that to that direction. There they go, right there. It's kind of hard between the trees, but it is. They're like right in this little gap right here. Not sure what it is. From here, I can't tell how tall, but definitely not really low. Hey Pat, what's going on?
Now, some of the woods I've taken a walk in, you can literally, if there's a breeze, you can hear the trees talk, swaying, making these creaking noises. Now, as you get old, like a moose, your body sounds like a box of Rice Krispies. You snap, crackle, and pop when you move. And so, we're kind of like sweeping in because they see some. They said they see some eye shine. I don't. If you do, because then I'll swing out to MT's left. Put my light on. Again, MT's got visual on something that I can't see. I did hear the rev of an engine. Sounded like a motorcycle. It is a pretty nice night out. We do got rain on the way. So if you see anything moving, drop that in the comments. I'm trying to look and see if I see anything. We're almost like flanking and doing a sweep, and Jack is on me, coming in from the opposite way. So MT's picking up stuff. I don't see anything. I hear an engine revving in the background. There's a main road probably about 2 miles from our position. And we're in like in a valley here, and the sound does echo from that. I love looking up into the trees to see if they catch anything that way. And as I'm doing that, I keep my flashlight pointed. The only light I can see looks like it is a human light. I keep hearing I think that beeping sound that I'm hearing is some of MT's equipment. This guy's like loaded up with a lot of neat little gadgets. Again, I just like taking hikes in the woods, so, and exploring through there. Now, there's a breeze blowing through here, and it is making the trees move and clink together. And I can hear that. That's about all I can hear. And I hear Jack saying he's picking up something on his thermal. So I'll swing out a little wider. farthest out away from anybody. There's nothing but the ledges and the caves this way. And on top of those ledges and caves there is more woods. I'm not seeing it. I'm looking, but so I don't know if my radio is still on. I better double check it. I think my radio is dead. Okay. This is about I'm sorry, I'm getting my darn finger in the middle of there. That's because I'm trying to fidget with the radio. Jack's tracking something on the thermal. And you'll have to check out his video on Cameraman Jack and Crew. I can't see nothing and my radio went dead. So MT's got visual on some eyes and I don't see them. I did catch the inkling of one light, but I think that was probably from a building that's off in the distance. I don't know if there is a building off in the distance. I don't know this area, but that was all I seen. Yeah. If you see anything you think looks odd that I'm missing, like some sort of tree structures or hear any noises other than little beeps of MT's radio or his gadgets, drop that in the comments. Okay, so again, I like checking up into the trees. You never know what you find. I like looking, they're seems to be hard to find, but when you find them, they're scary as heck, but they're harmless as heck, as owls. But if you ever heard an owl in the wood screech or see its eyes up in a tree, it'll freak you out. And yeah, they're harmless. I mean, thing you got to remember about most things that'll make you afraid is fear is a liar. I do see some sort of light through here. I'm gonna try to, I can't get it dark enough to, now literally my camera is not gonna let me zoom. There we go. I can see something there, but I can't tell if that is natural. Is that I can't tell if that's like from some sort of building off in the distance or what it is. You got an opinion on it? I'd like to hear it. I am out. I think it might be off of a structure or off of like a human structure, you know, light, but I can't tell. MT, just so you know, my radio went dead. Yes, it's my fault. Was that moose?
I don't know what it was. You heard it though, didn't you, Ted?
Yeah,
Watch your back empty.
Gotta watch my front and my back.
I know. That's what. Well, what you do is point one light one direction and point your camera the other one. That way.
I got something coming towards you, Trevor. Something's coming right towards you.
We'll just go with it. Whatever's here.
So,
We come here with the intent to be peaceful here.
yeah. I'm kind of like the Star Trek song. I come in peace, shoot to kill. Shoot to kill. Again, I can see a light through there, but again, I think that's on, there's got to be like a building on the other side of the valley. My camera is going to give me fits, and it is going to let me not zoom in. There we go. Okay. I'm hearing the trees.
Can you talk to me this way?
I can see that, I can hear the trees clink from the breeze, but I think that is I can see that tree swaying up there in the breeze. Okay, I can,
Yeah, I just saw some eyes move to the right.
so, cause like I'm hearing like the rustling of the branches, but that I believe is due to, he's saying he heard a knock. I didn't hear it. If you heard the knock, drop that in the comments. Okay. The only thing I can hear is the branches from the wind. Okay. So one of the things I'll do is I'll pan the camera one way while I look with the flashlight the other way. Just kind of covering my six. Okay. All right. Yeah, I am seeing a light flash over on the other side there, but I think that, okay, that light right there, that's Jack. I can see Jack's light to the right. So I'll have to check out Jack's video. Hear what's this scream he's talking about, because I heard nothing. So. I see spiders are out already. I can see a spider web right in that tree. Okay, so it is noisy with me walking through this. Just look on the ground here. You can see there's lots of sticks. It's hard for me to step it on a stick. Now I see it looks like Moose is standing behind, kind of covering the back. I thought I heard something up this way, but I couldn't tell what it was. I don't know if it got picked up on there. If you did hear that, sounded kind of like a howl. Drop it in the comments. Again, you always check up. And the canopy above us is probably 80 to 90 feet on these trees. So this is good canopy. Okay. I see something up ahead of me there. Looks like a trail marker. Looks like something for the trail. There's like some wooden planks that carry over the swamp, and we're just walking through it. It's kind of a swampy area. And you know what? I went with my military issue boots today and didn't use the mucks. So again, this is my PowerTac light. This thing just kind of lights up the forest, which is cool. Although I see MT's got his light's gigantic. It's definitely brighter than mine. This is just a little handheld to put it in front. This is what this light is, and it's bright as heck. So, as you can see, MT's he's got a much bigger light, and so it goes pretty bright. And then behind me over here, that's Moose, kind of covering that way, and you can see where his light is, where he's looking. You can hear, and sounds like an airplane above us. So, which is not abnormal for this area. It was one of the things we did. We kind of walked in here and sat around and just listened to what the normal sounds are when we weren't recording. And one of the things we heard is that you could definitely hear like airplane flying over here on a fairly regular basis. Okay, yeah, that's definitely the pathway up there. And it does look like it is starting to rain. Starting to get some rain. I did brought the coat, the raincoat on here. We're getting up here. This is where the path is. So that is MT doing that. And I got Moose. Is that Moose or Trapper? I think that's Trapper behind me. Can hear some trees creaking. When you start getting a breeze and the forest and the trees start to sway, You'll literally hear them make noise. They'll creak. What's that? I thought that was the trees hitting. I could see them swaying. Yeah. Because it was this one right in front of me that was doing it. Yeah, this guy right here was making a bunch of noise. Yes, the trees do talk in their way. Now that noise, if you heard that noise, drop that in the comments. I don't know what the hell that noise was. That one, I don't know. It sounded almost more like some sort of bird, though. I want to thank you guys that you joined me on this, because this is something I'm definitely having fun at. I like looking in the muddy areas for prints. I'm amateur at determining what they are, but that Trapper, who is a professional at that. But there's stuff that looks like it's moved through, but I don't think it's anything. And people do bring their dogs down here, and you can see, I don't know how well you can see that, but you can see their dog prints on here. Okay. And now, this is more my style, being on this kind of a trail, because there's fewer ticks. It is tick season, which is pretty much any time it's above 45 degrees in Ohio. Okay, we got a breeze coming through, and I'm hearing the trees honk. When you have a breeze, it makes it real hard to determine. I can hear those trees swaying and making noises. It's the same one that I walked past earlier. These guys. They're noisy ones. Okay, so Jack is off in the distance. It looks like, actually I see 3 of them. I'm not sure who's behind me here. I don't know if that's Moose or Trapper. One of them's behind me. And then, no, okay, Moose is over there. So that's Trapper that's behind me. MT in front of me. In front of him is Moose. And then off to the left is Jack. And this is a pretty cool little boardwalk here. This looks like a place, cool place to go in the daylight. Then we got a big line of storms, heavy rain that's going to be moving in tonight. And the breeze for that front is starting to come in here and making the woods real noisy. So again, MT has us on a live cast. The other 2, Unknown Outdoors and Cameraman Jack, will put out videos or whatever they have on theirs. And this has been going for a while. So I'm gonna end this, and I'll probably turn back on a little bit and let you know if I see anything else. All right, thank you for watching. God bless you. Go out in the woods. Don't be afraid. Go at day. Go at night. Let nothing scare you, and have fun. All right. Thank you for watching.